The former governor of Bauchi State, Yuguda, was able also to go with the government delegation into the bush, and they met more than 5,000 bandits. They were all complaining. Those who have lost their parents, those who have lost their brethren, those from our hostility too. But you see, if you know their psychology, they are on a revenge mission. Everybody knows the herdsmen, especially the flying herdsmen.
M ga-arapụrụ gị vidio ka ikiri enye wee na-efe gumikwu. Vidio nwere ka o si wee dị, mara agadi iru ịkọwa anything, mana bụrụ oche gị nọdụ ana ka ị were nwayọọ wee gee vidio wee gechasịa ya wee nụ nke na-eme n'obodo a. Obodo ahụ enweghị ike ịdị mma ekweghị nke bụ eziokwu. Ka anyị gekene n'iri wee kirie vidio akirisizi ya wee chiata azụ ka anyị wee kwuo obere ife bụ ife a ga-ekwu.
The former governor of Bauchi State, Yuguda, was able also to go with the government delegation into the bush, and they met more than 5,000 bandits. They were all complaining. Those who have lost their parents, those who have lost their brethren, those from our hostility too. But you see, if you know their psychology, they are on a revenge mission. Everybody knows the herdsmen, especially the flying herdsmen. They don't just attack people. We have been living with them for centuries. They don't attack people without any cause. So what I think government needs to do is to really bring them up together in a unison and in a holistic form, so that there is peace. And they are ready for that, because if you call them for peace, they come. It's unlike the others, like IPOB. IPOB, the government has been trying to dialogue with them. They still refuse. They are still behind creating a separate state. They're secessionists. Besides being terrorists, they're secessionists. Well, these people are not secessionists. They want peace. They call for it. In fact, they even invited a lot of media. I think Daily Trust is high time really goes into the bush and have, although they did it before, and they.
All right, Sheikh, still on that, about the U.S. intervention. Lots of Nigerian majority at this point are in agreement with the latest update that the U.S. military are drawing plans to hit terror targets in Nigeria. We all know that lots of people are talking about how this has been going on for a very long time. The Nigerian government are really slow about tackling insurgency in Nigeria. So don't you think this is actually a good thing for the U.S. intervention, because they are going to hit the target, the terrorist camps in Nigeria?
Let me tell you one thing, why the government is slow. In fact, there is some kind of guilty consciousness. Because look at Boko Haram, how it started. Their leaders were summarily executed, and they took up arms. So it's the government that forced them to take arms. Look at the herdsmen. We have evidences that they were massacred and killed, and that forced them to take arms. So the government has to really readjust the way it tackles the issue. So it's going to take a little bit of time, but I think they have gotten the way now. Since they know that they can gather them and dialogue with them and see how they can convince them, one, to stop attacking people, secondly, to ultimately drop their weapons. And it's on course. But what I'm saying, why the timing? Something that has been going on for 15 years. Why just now America's one, when they have been in the past preventing us from getting weapons? Secondly, there are commissions on Boko Haram that have confirmed that Americans were involved in dropping weapons to these people, aiding them. They are fighting Nigerian army with anti-aircraft guns. Where can they get it from? From where? Even Chad doesn't have them. Cameroon don't have them. So the same people that have caused aggravated our problem cannot be our solution now. This is what we are trying to say. So we have to be very careful. We should not allow the unpatriotic parts of Nigerians to aid foreigners to come and invade our country.
All right, Sheikh. At this point, with everything that is going on, with the development that we have on the United States giving out, its plan when it comes to these interventions, how do you assess the current government's, handling of dissent and opposition voices, especially when the U.S. and others raise human rights concerns?
The human rights concern is there in Nigeria, but I don't think they have the moral ground to teach us about humanity. Look at what happened in Gaza. They financed it. Trump was there telling Netanyahu that we gave you all the weapons you needed and you used them well. And everybody knows Netanyahu killed children, women, and destroyed buildings, hospitals. So these people will not teach us about morality at all. We have to be very careful with them. They are already known to be genocidal, killing people, flipping people's wealth. We have to be very careful with America, especially. With all foreigners, but America especially.
Obodo anwa kedu ndị nwe ya? Kedu ndị nwe obodo anwa dị? O doro mụ na gị na-abụ anya na obodo ahụ na o nwere ndị nwe ya. O nwere ndị na-afọ, ndị na-emebi ya bụ obodo emebi. Mana ha na-akwụnyere ndị anwa maka na ndị anwa bụ ndị nke ha. Nwezie ndị nke ha na-enwere ajọ ife ha na-eme mana a na-emegide ha. I hope na anyị nwa bụ ndị Igbo ga na-watch video. Ndị anwa bụ ndị si na ha na-achị anyị, ndị anwa bụ ndị si na ha na-represent ndị Igbo. I hope na these kind videos na ha na-watch ya na ha na-afụ ya. Kedu ndị nwe obodo anwa? Kedu ndị a na-akpagbu? Kedu ndị na-akpagbu mmadụ? Ndị Igbo unu na-watch kwa video. ndị ọchịchị anyị bụ ndị Igbo unu na-awọchịkwa vidio na ife anụnwa bụ ife na-eme na Naịjirịa. Akwa ifere ya kịta o nwere ife ị nwere itinyere anyị na vidio ngwa gaa n'iru mee ya na egwu dịkwa na nke ikpeazụ. Akwa ikurisi gị ya ife abụ ọdị ife a na-afụ ebe ahụ tụsara anyị vidio onye ọbụla bụ onye afọ tata ka afọ ya echi ka emesịa na ndị Igbo na egwu dịkwa na nke ikpeazụ.